So before I put any products on my face, I always like to make sure I have a clean palette I'm starting with. So make sure you're doing your skincare. For me, it's really simple. It's just CeraVe face wash, usually a vitamin C serum, and then CeraVe moisturizer. Gotta get my hair out of my face. I left all my clips and headbands at my apartment at school. So we're just gonna do a low pony and hope for the best. But if I don't look like a glazed donut before I do my makeup, I did not do my skincare correctly. Just make sure you're giving yourself enough time for all the product to completely dry on your skin. Otherwise, when you go to blend out any cream product, you're probably going to have blotchy spots. So I do my face with this foundation in 2 parts, and I always do it in dot shapes. Avoid any streak shapes because this foundation does dry very quickly, and that is why I do half on my face at a time. I'm just going in with a damp beauty blender, and when you're doing this, make sure you're starting at the center of the face and blending out. So I just put the second round of dots on my face, and notice that I also put them on my neck. That's super important, especially if you're using any sort of self-tanner or spray tan. Okay, foundation is done. I truly swear by this product. I wore it for Miss West Virginia, and I'm gonna keep wearing it. So now we're going in with my Dank e.l.f. concealer. It is almost out. I try to keep it minimal. So I go in the inner corner of my eyes, the outer edges, between the brows, bridge in the nose, and then on my chin, just because I usually have breakouts in this area. So I'm just blending that out. This is another one of my holy grails. This is the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. I use this as an eyeshadow primer. Since I have nails on right now, I'm just going in with this flat tipped brush. I just put it on. A little bit goes a long way. Just apply it to my lids, and then I blend that out with my finger. So now that all of our cream product is applied to the face, I am going in with another holy grail, and this is Original Formula's Airspun Loose Face Powder. But I just take an angled sponge, and I use this to bake my under eyes, because it helps to hold that concealer in place. This also will catch any fallout that we have when we go in with eyeshadow. So now we're gonna go in and do brows, and I use Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony. Brows are my favorite part of my routine, and I just got mine shaped recently by one of my very best friends and former teachers and former photographers. Her name is Rachel Brown. I will insert a picture of her Instagram here so you guys can see it. So now I'm gonna go in with eyes. I'm a big fan of just a natural brown look on my eyes. So for my base, I'm just using this NYX matte bronzer, and I'm just gonna use that in my transition. So I try to put more product in the outer corner. So this is what the blended transition shade looks like. So make sure you're blending like crazy. Now I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I dropped it, as you can see, in a slightly smaller brush, and I'm using this medium brown shade called Rustic. And I am not going to put as much of this color on. I put it about halfway across my lid and then blend out. Just be careful. You can always add more. You don't want to start with too much. So here are the eyes now. And last, I'm going in with this Mary Kay. I don't remember the specific shade name, but anything that's just slightly darker than that shade we just put on. And I really isolate this color with a smaller brush in the outer corner. Now I'm taking this brush. I'm going back in with Rustic from the Soft Glam palette, and I just lightly apply that under my lower lash line. So next we're gonna do eyeliner, but this is one of my biggest makeup hacks. You can use any shade that you want. I'm just using the James Charles mini palette. All you need is a either dark brown or black eyeshadow. I'm feeling black, and an angled brush. So rather than using gel, liquid, or an eyeliner pencil, I like to just use eyeshadow. So you can see I like to keep my wings pretty thin, and I don't angle them up too high. I also only bring them about 1/3 of the way in. One other thing I like to do is take a little bit more and put it on my upper waterline. One more little touch I love to add is to just use another small brush and to just go in with a little bit of white shadow. And I put that on my lower waterline because it really brightens up your eyes. So now that eyeshadow and liner is done, I'm going to take this Kabuki brush and pat out that powder we had under the eyes before I go in for contouring. I'm going back in with this e.l.f. matte bronzer and this brush. It's going to look thick at first, but just trust the process. We're gonna blend all of this out. Coming back in with this brush from earlier that we used under the eyes, I'm going to contour the nose. And now with this angled brush, I'm going to do the main part of our contour on the cheek. So now we're just gonna blend all of this out. Blend, blend, blend. Like, you do not want a giant blob of thick bronzer just chilling on your face. So now we're gonna go back in with the same powder from before. Just carve out the shape and clean up that contour a bit. I like to let that sit and bake while I apply blush and highlighter. I also usually put a little bit on the forehead as well, just to make that blending a little more seamless on the forehead. So now I'm going in with the Morphe 8W blush palette. I have been a big fan of the shimmers recently, so I just take this brush and I stroke it across all three, and I just apply that above my bronzer. Then I just take this bigger fluffy brush and I blend that out. Then I just go in with this MAC Fix and Magic Radiant spray. You can use any setting spray and brush of choice, and I just get it a little damp. And this is by Makeup Revolution. This is the shade Reloaded, and I just put that on my brush. Then I take this smaller brush down the bridge of my nose, on the tip, and a little bit on the very inner corner of the eyes. Then just make sure you are blending that highlighter out as well. Now I'm going in with this IT Cosmetics Superhero. This was a sample from my mom's Ipsy bag. I'm just gonna apply that to my lashes. Now we're just going to blend out this loose powder from under our contour. And I'm going to just put on a little bit of lip balm. And finally, last but never least, lips. So I'm going in with this NYX lip liner. Now I'm going in with the KKW lipstick in the shade 2.5 Nude. And finally, to finish off the look, I'm going in with the KKW lip gloss in Nude 3. I really love doing a lighter cream lipstick and then going in with a slightly darker gloss. I just think it really finishes off the look. And this is the completed look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, that it was useful to you, and let me know what you want to see next. Love you. Bye.